Hello, this is Stephen from K-Scale Models, and today I'm going to be making an axe for a Gundam model kit. Now, first thing we need to do, of course, is check out where it's going to attach to the model. So, this is the hand that I was using before for the rifle. Now, you can notice that there's a bit of a change here. There's now a step in there. Now, I went back when I was doing the test for the rifle and I looked at the hand again and realised that there's a step there. Now what this is, rifles and handheld weapons like that will fit in there. But for beam sabers and the like, they go between here and here. So it gives it a more squarish area, but it's not quite a square. So let's just go have a quick inspect of it. So there to there, oh, there should be 3mm, okay? And then from here to here is 3.5. So we're going to be making what we're dealing with today 3mm because that's the smallest dimension. So let's create a new drawing. New sketch. Now, got a couple of dimensions already worked out. So the first thing I'm going to do is draw a center line. This is because with the axe we're going to be rotating pretty much everything around this. So first thing I'm doing here is I am making this 70. So there. Now we know that the total length is 3mm, so we can divide that by 2 and it'll give us 1.5. Now you can just go ahead and put 1.5 in, but sometimes it's useful to be able to do that because let's just say it was 3 divided by 2 plus 0.4. Now it gives us that. But instead it's just 3 divided by 2. So next let's make some handles. So that there, that there. Now there, that's all nice. So 0.8. Now how big should we make this? I'm thinking 1.6. There to there. 1.6. Now when testing this I had a bit of a brainwave. I'm going to be putting a spike at the end here because it's an axe. Axes generally have spikes all over them because you're going to be a pole arm. You might be hitting someone with the back end, the front, stabbing someone with the front end or chopping them with the axe. So this means that this is going to be a pain to actually attach to the print bed because it's just going to be a spike. That's probably one of the worst shapes you could ever have, bar a circle. So we don't want that. So what I was thinking of doing, going back to here, going dun, 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 dun. Now, what is this? This is going to be a little gap in the frame. So 0.2. There to there, 0.2, and there to there, 0.2. So this will allow us to basically split the two parts off when we're doing this. We won't be using this when we're actually rotating everything. Now that means this kind of helps determine this. So this will be the actual rest of the handle. So, well, the rest of the shape. So there to there. Now, first, yeah, I'll keep that. So I'll do there to there. We'll do 2mm. So that to there needs to be bigger than that. We need to have that at least 0.4. So that kind of determines that dimension. And we need to determine this, which will be 1.6. So there. I'm just wondering, yeah, I'll keep that at that dimension for the moment. Now, I'm also going to be making a spike at this end. So this is again why we had to split those two parts off. Oh, 15 sounds good to me. Now, we need to also make a small bit here. This is where the axe is actually going to attach to, so I'm going to make that 16. Make that 4.5. 4.5, and then that is, oh no, that's been determined apparently. Okay, that's fine. So we'll just check if there's anything else I need to do at this stage. I know, fillets. 0.3. Actually, no, that's 0.8, so 0.4 fillets would be appropriate. This means that we now have, let's see, yeah, there, no. So, let's do that again. These should be 0.8 because this is a lot more, so we'll put that 0.8. Right, doesn't like that. There to there, and then 0.8. And then say that's in line with that. So, wonder what is the problem? Because this isn't saying it's constrained. So where is it not constrained? Okay, that's where. So what I'll do then is just a little construction line. Put it to here and then go. No, in actual fact, let's do this properly. Circle, tangent there, and then I'll just do a quick line there to there, make that construction, make that vertical, make that tangent, and that is that. That should be fully constrained now. You're not moving, good. Only thing I think that's moving is that, because it's not actually constrained. So you actually do attach to that. And this, there to there is 1.6. Let's have a look back up here. So did you, no, that's been a bit weird. So there. Okay, and then there to there. Okay, I'm just going to leave it like that. It's the way I want it, so that's fine. Check, is this going to move anyway? No, not going to move. Yeah, that's going to move. That's why it's not working, because it needs this to be defined, that to be defined. There. That's fine. I'm just going to leave it as that. Works for the moment. Now, we're going to revolve everything here. And this is where we have to go in here and revolve all of that around this line. Oh, why is it not picking that up? There. Okay. So right off, that is far too big. So let's go back there. Take these out, because I think I know why it's doing this. And these are not meant to be like that. Make that 3. Make these 4. 4. Actually, let's make them 5, a little longer. Now, back to our origin. New sketch. This will be the actual axe head. Now, project this line here. They will go there, 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 and there. So, this is just going to be how the axe head attaches. It's not actually the axe head yet. I'll get onto that in a second. Make those two equal. Oh, that's the point. Project whole thing there to there, and that is going to be flat. Make that, oh, why don't we make it 7? Make that 3. Make that 8. That, make it 4, not as pointy, but that's fine. That'll do it for what we're needing. Now, why am I offsetting that? That's because this axe is going to go into here, like so. And that'll make, yeah, 4 sounds good. So that way, I can make this its own little part. Now, we're not done with this yet, because we need, on this drawing, I want to add the actual axe head. So, I'm going to do an arc. There to there. I'll make that 5. Make that 8 actually. Make that to there. No, 50. Now, make all these construction lines. Now I'm pressing X to make them construction lines. Offset that by 10. See how that looks. I'm going to try actually making that 11. A little bit. 12. Yeah, make it 12. So, make all this a new body. No, we're going to be making this 3. Make it 2.5 actually on either side. New body. Let's see how does that look. Nice and chunky. Actually, let's try 3. How does that look? Bit overboard. But, oh, hey, put it back to 2.5. Yeah. So first thing I'm going to do is chamfers. So this is how we get the blade on it. So we know this is 2.5. And this will be 12. And that gives me this nice blade. So next thing I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shift this down by minus. Actually, let's take off these two bodies. Move this down by minus 0.1. No. Not what I was looking for. Okay. Interesting shape, but not what we're dealing with today. Minus 1. Minus 1. That's the actual axe head. So, quick and easy way of doing the connection point. Project that. Offset by 0.2. Bring in this. Take off that. Extrude that. And that. Back 0.2, but do it 2 directions, and this one just goes all the way out. And there, that will slot in nice and fine. Might need a bit of support in there, but nothing major. So, that would be the basic axe, but I want to do a bit more detail. So first thing I'm going to do, I'm actually going to make a little bit in here. Now, these details I'm adding are nonsensical. You wouldn't do this to an axe because you want it to keep as much rigidity as you can and as much strength. But we're talking about giant robots here. I think we can get away with just messing around. So the first thing I'm going to do is move that. It's not happy with all this, so constrain it to be that to be that. And then I'm going to be making that 5, make that 14, make that 7.5. No, that's all constrained. What's not? Oh, it's where it actually is, position-wise. So 10.5. Some of these are just arbitrary numbers, and you can see that I'm playing around with them and seeing where they fit best. So there. Now, what are we going to fill this with? Because it's kind of bland at the moment. Well, go in here. Actually, I think I'm going to change the sizes. Do that in a second. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to draw a bunch of circles. And I'm going to make a center line and a center line. These I'm going to make construction lines. So what I'm planning on doing is having a sort of mirror image on that side and that side. So none of these can cross this line. So go back a step. This, I think I'm going to make 7. And I'm going to make this 12. 13. Yeah, let's try that. So move that over, move this over. Now, I want them to be in line with the tops, but not actually centers. Let's see, make that to there. Ooh, 0.8. That 1.7. Make that 1. Make this 1.4. So I'm just rounding the figures to be something sensible. And I've just noticed that's below the line. So where are you actually going to be sitting? 0.6 gets it just above the line. I'm going to drop this down to 1.2, slightly bigger than that one. Why don't I do 1.3? Still gives it a bit of room and clearance between the two. So there. Now, what we're going to do is save that, and then plane through angle. So do it on this. Actually, yeah, I'll do it this way. So project, wanting both of these, and now we're going to do a line out from this, and then this will curve away. So arc there to there, make it line up with that, but I'm going to make this, project the whole thing. No. I want this bit to be beyond this line. Why don't I make that 4? Now, 0.7 seems fine, and there. Now, that's that one. So, when this come out, go that way, go that way, that way, and into there. Actually, that one should be feeling constrained because that should be attached. So, oh, actually, no, that needs there. So, what am I doing with all this? This is creating a path for these to follow as sweeps. Now, to make it look best for cable runs, we're best to put in some sort of fillet on these. So, why don't I do a fillet of 1? Quite a harsh fillet, but let's see what it does. So we are sweeping first off this one along this. Now we're just going to be making new bodies for all of these. Go back to the sketches, turn these on, sweep that along profile that. So that looks alright. Now we want to mirror these because that's the whole point of making them their own bodies for the moment, is that it makes it easier to mirror. If you mirror a feature, you can't mirror a mirror, so it becomes a bit weird. But if you want to just mirror an actual body, it's fine with that. And then, oh, hold on, you are supposed to be a new body there. So yeah, if you try to mirror a feature and then mirror, say mirror, it doesn't work. So we'll just mirror the bodies over there, and then we can mirror these all by the middle. So let's go that, and mirror it by the origin. So there. New bodies. Now what I just do is I join everything here and there. So that's a little cable run. Don't know what it's for, it makes no sense, but it adds a bit of detail, and that's what I'm going for here. So take these off and take off that work plane. So there's still more details to add. So just a word on why on this one I've made this run beyond the actual lip. If you don't, what happens is the sweep stops about here and you get an edge. So the simplest way is just to continue on past the actual length. You can do stuff with pull bodies or extrudes to get it to move, and that's the easier way I've found to do it. So yeah, now on this bit, I want to add a bit more detail. So let's go there. Actually, what I'm going to do is just mirror everything over again. I'm going to do it in an actual sketch. So you are 2, you are 1.5. Put that 2 down, make it 3 over from there. Just finding random things to attach. The great thing is we're not doing anything that needs to be as precise as what I'm doing, but it makes it easier for the 3D printer because the 3D printer works on set dimensions. So take those. Actually no, before I do that, I want to have a bit of fun. So there to there, offset that 0.1, no, 1.5, offset, yeah, you can't offset and offset. So minus 0.15, put that to there, and then just working with this one. So those are in line, and that is 0.3. Yeah, that works. Okay, so never really done this before with panel lines, but I've taken 2 corners that are not in line and I've basically made them into a panel. So yeah, that kind of works. So I'll be doing that down there as well. So just wondering if there's any other bits to do a panel with. In the middle here, I reckon, and probably there as well. So offset that by minus 0.15. I'm doing rather thick panel lines. You can get them down to 0.2, but 0.3 for this is fine. And then mirror that over this, and this is the point I find out it's not actually centered. No, it's all fine. Okay, so extrude these down by minus 0.3. Now, not done with that sketch yet because I want to make these down by minus 0.8. So take that sketch off, and now I'm going to go around here. Actually, no. I'm going to mirror. No. Before I mirror it, let's make some purpose for these. So, I'm going to do what I did before. project all these and make a hexagonal shape for a bolt. So take that off, there to there, 0.4. Now we align this all like that, make them all equal. And do the same for this. Offset that, minus 0.4. That's going to be a rather small bolt. I wonder if I can make it minus 0.2 instead. The thing is, like a bolt is, if you're doing it in real life, you would need to give enough access for someone to get a socket wrench through it. So with set bolts or set sizes for everything. You can look up all the tables, but I'm just messing around with this at the moment, so it doesn't have to be all that accurate. So there, that's those two, and mirror that about there. So there's the mirror there. Grabbed a whole bunch of lines I didn't need to, but it doesn't matter. We're not getting paid by line count. So 0.5. So they are going to be recessed, but they are still going to be visible. So now I take all these and I mirror them over to the other side. Now, not quite done with the panel lines. And oh, that's the point. I missed one of them. Two of them. Okay. There. So, what happened here? Hold on. That's what. And there. So that's looked better. So. Okay. So now I'm going to need to actually fill these in. So project all these bits. Do them in a oneer. Oh no, there's one over here. Go line, line, line. Zero 0.3, 0.3, make this parallel. Oh no, that's not parallel. Oh, I missed one there. I'll come back for in a second. And we want to extrude that down to here. Okay, so as I said, there's one I missed, so let's go back. Back there, and there. So yeah, more detail on that. So, is there anything else we can detail up? Oh, the axe blade should really be a solid piece, so that's that. Although there's one thing I want to do to make it a bit more printable. Again, not really how an axe is made, but this will help out for when we're actually trying to print the thing. So there to there, I want I want 2 millimeters, and I want that to kind of match up. So what am I doing here? I'm cutting off the corners. This is so that when I'm printing it, because I'll be printing it, give me a second, I'll be printing it this side down, that side up. This will mean that I've got flat surfaces here, here, and there to print on. This will make it so much easier for the printer to work with. And there's enough material to support these bits. So I shouldn't need to put any additional supports in there. What I could always do is use a chamfer to kind of bring these in a little. Actually, I like the way that looks, so we'll go with that. So yeah, that will make it easier to print. So always looking for little things like that. And you could also do that in here and along here. Let's see how this looks. Because yeah, that would make it easier to print. So you're always looking for little things that will make it easier to print. So adding a bit of material there will mean that there's less needs for supports, because some of that will need support. The rule is that if it's beyond 45 degrees, it will need a support. So you'll see that there will be supports in there, but it will stop for about here because there's enough of a gap there, enough material there to cover for that, enough material under there to cover for that. But yeah, that bit will probably need a bit more supports. Now, I could fill that area in, but I'm really wanting to go with that curved axe. So that's that side done. Now, I want to detail this up a bit. Let's have a look. Now, if I'm going to do any details, I'm probably best to do it this way. And go, project, and I'm going to use the body. And why don't I just make it a simple rectangle? And then I go and make that center line. Make that 0.3 deep by 0.3. So that'll actually match up with the one that's on the actual axe head. So if we revolve that around that, that splits it up. Okay. So what else could I do? Because that's probably about all I would do for this. The axe head is where most of the detail will be, and this will be kind of hidden by the mobile suit. So there isn't really much else in the way of detail to add to this. I could always add something to the back of the axe, but that's just going to be more things to worry about when you're printing. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to leave it here. So thank you for watching today, and I'll catch you later.